the summary is that in late January, a Taproot exploit on BTC allowed the creation of so-called inscriptions, these NFTs and data storage onto the BTC chain. Now, some of the predictions, I rewatched this episode in preparation, and some of the things that were discussed actually was quite interesting in terms of saying like, oh, well, we don't know whether it's a fad and it's going to die off or if it's going to explode, right? Well, what happened was that it kind of ticked along at a moderate pace until just a couple of weeks ago, or a little bit more than a week, certainly, the basically developers who have essentially defected from Bitcoin SV onto BTC, they jumped on a trend where somebody who I don't want to say was one of these BSV devs, but somebody created a thing called BRC-20 tokens, which was the idea that since you can have arbitrary data in these transactions, you could also have tokens like on every other, like on ERC-20, hence it's BRC-20, Bitcoin request for comment 20 tokens. And that created an explosion of price because a speculative mania started over minting these tokens on BTC, which is seen as the most pristine, the most secure, and obviously the oldest name in crypto, particularly by the uninformed sort of mass. And there was a whole lot of people who were more interested in Ethereum tokens or in DeFi and all that. And suddenly they were able to get in on BTC, where previously they thought, okay, this is this digital gold, I'm not that interested in it. So they all flooded in to buy these tokens. And part of the innovation seems to be copying this method that had been pioneered elsewhere, but this has been the most effective usage of it, where you have to submit the mint is like an open on-chain mint. So instead of the developer creating 1,000 tokens and then you sort of auctioning them off, instead it's like it's going to go live in 2 days, and then once it goes live, everybody is kind of rushing to put in their transaction to mint some of the tokens. So because of that, what that means is if the price of the token goes up, so let's say this Ordi was the first token that they made and was the largest one. If you make Ordi, if that's $5 per token, and I can send a BTC transaction to mint 100 of them for, 100 of them in one transaction, so that's $500 right there, then I will pay anything up to $499 in BTC transaction fees to mint that token, because then I can immediately sell it and make a $1 profit, right?